Hi everybody, Tim Thompson coming to you with another little update about the situation with coronavirus and how it's impacting our situation with the IRS. And I get a lot of questions about the stimulus package, and I'm kind of like, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with taxes, but I'm getting enough questions that I feel like, well, let me see if I can't find some answers. And turns out it actually does have to do with some taxes a little bit. So let's jump right in and figure it out, because a lot of people are asking, hey, how much is my check going to be? When's it going to be here? Do I qualify? Blah, 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 blah. There's a ton of questions out there. I really was waiting until I saw the House pass the bill, and as of 9/11 tonight, I don't know that they have. I haven't gotten an update on my news that they have, so I'm just going to tell you, here's what the Senate bill covers. And could there be some changes? Absolutely. Washington, right? Okay, so here's the deal. Number one, when will you get your check? We know the president's been saying, I want these checks in people's hands within a couple of weeks. Some of you who were around in 2008 and 2009 may remember that they did some stimulus checks back then as well. And those took at least a couple of months to get through, and that's when the IRS was fully staffed. The IRS is not fully staffed right now. There's a lot of folks not working because they're not staffing for the same reasons that a lot of other people aren't staffing. They're afraid of the virus. They're all stayed home. I think that the last number I heard was that they're at about half staff right now. So if that's the case, and it took 2 months last time, it could be 2 months again. Now, the benefit is that a lot of people are filing in the past few years since then with direct deposit. And so if they have a direct deposit number on file for you from a previous return, then they can issue that stimulus check to that last known direct deposit account. That makes some of you sweat. I've changed banks, or I've had a family event, whether it's a death or a divorce or whatever, and that bank account doesn't qualify. That's true. There's some stuff here. There's going to be some sticky stuff, and we don't know exactly how they're going to solve that yet. So hold those questions, or if you want to, just get them into me, and as soon as I can answer them, I will. But right now, the way that it stands, according to the Senate bill, is that each person will get $1,200 per adult on a tax return. Okay, and then $500 per eligible child. Now, eligible child is anything 17 and under that you've claimed on your return. Okay, I have questions. What happened to those young adults that are still on my tax return going to college? And right now, the thing that I'm hearing is nothing on those, which I think is absolutely ludicrous. But hey, will you take the $1,200 for you and a spouse if you're married, and $500 for each kid? Sure. Okay, so also a thing to note on this is that these things phase out. So if you're single or head of household, it phases out at $75,000, $150,000 for joint returns. I said $75,000 also included head of household. It doesn't. That household number is sort of dead center of those two numbers. It comes in at $112,500. So if you're single, $75,000 is where the phase out begins. What does the phase out mean? It means if you have more than that on your adjusted gross income, then that stimulus checks start phasing out. And there are ceilings that I can share, and I will share on a link below this page, but just so that you know, there's going to be some sort of phase out involved. So adjusted gross income, what is that exactly? Don't just get hung up thinking that's your salary, okay? Adjusted gross income is that line right before your standard or itemized deductions, whichever you take, gets taken out. So on the 2019 return, for instance, it was line 8B, okay? And I think the 2018, it was the same field. It's where all of your income sources come to one. If you took a big IRA distribution, it's going to be a hard one, because if you took a big one and you already made some money, then you may have blown yourself out of the water in terms of qualifying for the stimulus check. They know everybody's circumstances change year to year, and so why are they doing it this way? Well, here's the trick. It's called a refundable tax credit. And that's such a confusing term. I don't really know what that means. Like, I don't want to give my money back. But really what it means is this is an advance on some tax credits that they will calculate based on your 2020 situation. So what's going on with you this year? That's how they're going to calculate whether or not that you qualify for this credit. And if they overpaid you, then you're going to have to pay some of it back. If they underpaid you, they're going to give you some of that money back, all based on this bill. So don't worry, there is a true up coming. It'll be next year before it gets here, next filing season, but there is a true up coming, and that could work against you, it could work for you, or it could be a non-issue, right? Here's the big deal that I see personally. They are only going to do this if they have a tax return on file for you for 2018 or 2019, or let's say you were on Social Security and you didn't really have to file because, especially after 2018 when they doubled the standard deduction, it made no sense for you to file. Well, they can use the SSA statements, the 1099 SSA or Railroad Retirement Benefit Statement, either one of those two. So if you didn't receive Social Security and you didn't file a 2018 and you didn't file a 2019, you're not going to get a check. So I know I'm talking to some of you out there because I know there are 7 million, I think it's 7 million, that feels like a low number, but there's 7 million people a year that don't file their taxes. I know most of you hear this going, oh my God, they broke the law. 7 million people a year don't file their taxes. That should. I'm not talking about the people that don't have to because they don't qualify because they don't make enough income. I'm talking about people that should. They don't. If you want that stimulus check now, you need to get in here and get filed. And I can help you out with that. Just shoot me an email, send me a message after this. Go to my website, www.mydfwcpa.com. Click on the contact us button. Shoot me an email and say in the subject line, I need my 2018 filed or 2018 return late, something. Give me an idea of what you're emailing me for, because trust me, I get 100+ emails a day and it's a lot to sift through, but I will make sure that we pay real close attention to getting that in so that you can get that stimulus check in your hands ASAP. Listen, you may want to file 2019 before you can 2018, because at least 2019 we can e-file, 2018 we can't. You have to wait on the mail process. Guess what? You're probably going to miss it anyway. So you got to get the 2018 return filed, but 2019 we can e-file, we can slip it in right now, and that'll have their direct deposit information, they'll have your bank information, they'll know how to put it in there. Brings up another thing. What if I owe the IRS money? Are they going to take money, are they going to take this money and net it against my IRS debt? No, not at all. This is a refundable credit. It kind of gets the first thing I can think of is the monopoly thing. You know, do not pass go, do not collect $200. They're not going to pass go. They're not going to net this against your IRS debt. They're going to send this money straight to your account if you qualify. So the biggest thing is get yourself qualified, get the tax returns in, let's get them filed, and let's get you a check. If not, does that mean you're completely out on the money, that you just completely miss out? No. Remember, this gets reconciled next year in the end of 2020, or not end of 2020, when we file your 2020 tax return, right? So by April of next year, or if you extend by October of next year, you will have that reconciliation and you will get your fair share of whatever this money is right now. But one way to get it right now is to get in here and get filed. So again, there will be more updates as we go. I'm sure that the House is going to sneak something in that's going to change this up a little bit. None of this is based on any IRS guidance right now. But I did want to make sure that you understood the timing of these things is not going to be 2 weeks. It's going to be a while. If 2008 was any indication, you're looking at a couple of months before you see them. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're getting them soon. But if history is any indication of the future, I'm going to tell you it's going to take a little bit longer than a couple of weeks to get these to you. If you got any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, you can go to my webpage, shoot me a message there through the Contact Me form. Leave me a message here on whatever social media this platform is on, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on, what's the other thing? LinkedIn, yeah. So any of those, shoot me a message privately. I'm more than happy to take it up with you if I need to, okay? Hope you have a great evening. Hope you are staying safe and healthy. It's primary importance for all of us right now. My prayers are with you and prayers with our families and all around.